Is the market changing? I've got the latest data. Let's talk about that. Hi everyone, my name is Mike Rennick. I'm the team lead, the senior broker of Team Rennick, part of that great Mangrove Realty Associates family. Real estate market, is it changing? What's going on? Is it still going to be crazy? Let me answer this and more questions. Let's get into the charts. Sales are down, as you can see on the slide, 18% over last year. Pending down 26%. Prices up 25%. Days on the market up down 56%. Months of inventory down 33%. This is a macro look, Sarasota, Manatee County. Year over year, this data is effective as of February 28th, even though we call it March data. So I went through that fast because it's the same story. Sales have been falling year over year since August. Pendings have been down since July. Price has been going up over year since April, all 12 months on this chart, so on and so on and so on. But when we look at it from a different slice, let's go right to the sold chart. These are the dark green bars. Yes, they're down from last year, 18% as I said, but when you look at it, it's consistent last month to this month. Let's see if that trend's going to stay or not. On a national basis, sales are going up. Let's take a look at this thing. The pending is a red line. We see that it bumped up. For January data, a month ago, it started to trend down a little bit. Let's keep an eye on that. Let's go to price. Price continues to decline. We see a steady decline all the way since November data. It was level between April and November. It was down a little bit before that. So let's find out what's going to happen with price. Sales down, prices are up. Is that the cause and effect, or is there another reason here? Let's talk about that in a minute. Days on the market, pretty consistent over the last 4, 5, 6 months, but definitely down from a year ago. Months of inventory, when we look at that chart, a lot of volatility in this graph. You see that definitely down from a year ago, though. But we'll see what happens going forward. What does this mean? I'm going to show some national charts in a minute, but when we look at it, it's still a little bit more the same. The problem is all on the supply side, not enough listings. Buyers, when they start today, start at full ask and go up, and I'll do some short clips, videos on that, on how to best put yourself in the driver's seat when you're a buyer. There's homework that your broker needs to do. This is just the beginning, though. Let's go to the national charts. The data that I'm about to show comes from an organization called Keeping Current Matters, and I have their permission to share this. Home prices. If we take a look at this thing, it says the price appreciation is accelerating. This is percent year over year, increases by month. So in January of 2022, the last time the national data was pulled together, it's up 19% over a year earlier. In December, it saw it up 18.5%. So prices still continue to go up year over year. We're seeing that phenomenon here locally in Florida, as I shared a moment ago. Home price forecast. A lot of buyers are telling me, Mike, I'm going to wait 6 months, or I'm going to wait a year and come back. If the experts are right, and I'll let you determine whether they are or not, they're suggesting prices will be higher in 6 months, and they will be higher in a year. The rate of acceleration will slow down. It won't be double-digit price increases, but they're suggesting they still will go up. And if you look on this chart, anywhere from 9.6% by CoreLogic for their prediction for 2022, all the way down to 3% from Zelman. So the average on this chart is 6.1%. But the message is all the national experts and the local folks I talk to suggest that price is going to continue to increase. So a plan by a buyer to wait 6 months or a year may not be the right plan if you believe the experts. It's all about supply and demand. I said we're in a seller's market. That's because there's less than 6 months inventory. Heck, in many cases, there's less than 2 weeks inventory. Neutral market would be 6 to 7 months. A buyer's market, someday we'll come back to that, it's greater than 7 months. But when we look at the chart here, the new listings are falling dramatically, down to 232,000 in the month of December, 314 in November. Again, nationally, same problem that we have locally. It's supply side, it's listings. Active listings drop when we look at this, 554,000 in November, 483 in December. So when we take a look at everything, the interesting thing on the next chart is in 2021, we hit a 15-year record of 6.1 million sales, units sold, property sold. So it's a high point, with all the dynamics that's going on, the market is still crazy busy. There's still a lot of executed contracts and closed deals. This isn't anything like last time, though. Are people that are suggesting things will change, prices will fall? Looking at this chart, when we look at the amount of loans in billions of dollars, with folks that have a credit score of less than 620, we see all the way from about 2010 to today, the amount is minuscule compared to where it was before the 2008 crash. Nothing in there suggests that we're in trouble. When you put all this together, we know that things are going to change. Are they going to change this summer? We don't know for sure. The one thing that would have the largest impact is when the amount of listings get higher, more people begin to sell their homes. That's going to happen at some point. Will interest rates have an impact? There's a lot of cash flying around down here, so I don't think in this market it will. Internationally, there's a lot of activity going on. Let's use that kind of a word, that kind of a verb. Don't know what that's going to do. But all the experts right now are predicting a 2022 will be a strong market, just like it was in 2021. The key is, in this market, whether you're selling or you're buying, your broker has to work hard. There's a lot of homework that needs to be done. This data that I showed on the screen was macro data. We need to go down to the subdivision level or the condo association level. So this video is meant to be just a start. A lot more work needed. Give me a call. I'd be happy to provide that for you. Again, my name is Mike Rennick. My direct cell is 941-400-8735. Thanks for watching, everyone.